Dr. Jacinta Higgs joins us now. You're smiling, you're happy. Good to see you.
It's wonderful being here, Darold. Thank you so very much for having us.
Yes, this Right Honorable preceded you, and I hope you could follow through.
So I'm grateful, and I have no problems following. I follow a very good man in my life, my husband, so I can follow a very intelligent, divine-led man. So yes, I can follow through. Yes.
But this is all under your auspices.
That is,
you are putting this
That
on.
is correct. And again, through God's divine leading. In September, Dr. Pratt came to my school, and apparently she had stumbled across the stats that says that we are the highest obese country in the Caribbean per capita, and then we were the sixth highest in the world.
Wow.
And so, like, so you know things, Darold, but when you are presented, a person like me, with statistics, that's telling. That we really ought not want to be in that position. And so immediately then, Darold, I realized that I had to do something. And then, so Darold, I was packing a lot of weight, and I'm happy. I tell people I can dress up my weight and I can put makeup on my weight. But Darold, being former Senator, the Honorable Dr. Jacinta Higgs, being president of the Cafford International Academy, and overweight and not well, that's not a good position to be in. And so immediately then, we launched in September of 2017 obesity prevention program in our school. And so, because remember, I have an aviation student. I will not call his name. Tall, nice looking, slim, very slim. This is an athlete. I kid you not, Darold. And so he fly a plane. He was guided and trained properly and everything. A powerful aviation program. And Darold, this child is hypertensive. And he's young, he's a teenager. And so here it is, we are training children to be intelligent and brilliant and to do well in the BJC and BGCSE and to aspire to become all these noble goals and careers, to pursue those. And if they're not well, Darold, we would have failed in the educational system. And so hence, Darold, I launched and said, okay, I'm going to lose 50 pounds between September and June. ZNS was there. And so they said they're going to come back and check up on me. I've lost 30 so far. And so thanks to a program called Unicity Bahamas, and then so Unicity guided me along a certain way. My sugar levels were up over 200, and then I got a plateau. And so then I went to Liberty, which is Priest Kailash in St. Lucia, for 3 weeks. He said, love yourself first. He said, Doctor, if you don't put on the mask for you, you really can't help the students, nor can you guide them into the future. And so my husband and my family took a very conscious decision, okay, Jacinta, invest in your health. And I went, and then Darold, for the first time Darold, I kid you not, about 30 years, I'm beginning to feel bones on my body that I never felt.
All you had was fat
Oh my
before.
God, I'm telling you, Darold, oh my God, it's amazing. It's exciting, it's humbling.
Does it make you feel better?
For God's sake, Darold. So Darold, Priest Kailash had me walking up the mountain. So we actually lived, and he's in St. Lucia. So he has cottages where persons from, as a matter of fact, I was there with 2 clients from England. And so they come from all over the world there. And as he said, he was treated the prime minister in St. Lucia, parliamentarians, persons from all over the world, doctors, physicians. And so it was very powerful. We went and we did sulfur baths. My husband came at the end of it, and so it was powerful. So yes, I was walking the mountain. So now if I walk up the stairs, Darold, I'm not panting, I'm out of breath, I feel well. And there's a rejuvenation of divine work within me, because at one point I was saying, I'm not taking 70 pills like my mom. I watched her and my dad. They had a bag, a special bag just for pills. And like every morning I'd watch my mom sort the pills out as she was getting ready. It was almost like a routine part of her day. And she eventually died. She had dialysis. She went on dialysis, and she eventually died a few years ago. That was hard. Of course, that's your mom. And then also my dad. And so I prayed to God, please, God, send me a solution. And so Priest Kailash came, and I'm thankful. And so now we want to guide the children. So he talked about plant-based. We want to do a huge culinary plant-based. Darold, the meat. So Darold, I saw a picture of a guy with this big pork, this roasted pork. So Darold, I'm not saying take away the man's meat. Don't touch a man's meat. That's a sacred thing, a man or woman. But Darold, I'm saying that the meat, please, just 2 things I'm asking people to do. And then, it doesn't matter, because I would have said, okay, God, I did my part. Watch Forks Over Knives. It's on Netflix, or you might could Google it. Forks over knives. Michelle Obama is on, and she's talking about what the industry has done, the food industry, to really begin to perpetuate strategically health issues so that they can make money. And then watch What the Health. Like, say, what the hell? It's not What the Hell. Daryl, that one is phenomenal, and it's taking the United States by storm because there are over about 30 doctors on there who they took photos inside the places where the animals are raised. And Daryl, you will see things, Daryl. I'm telling you, it's going to begin to guide your consciousness.
Okay. Now, I know you don't have much time.
Beautiful.
You have a
Go
very,
ahead.
very busy day. I'm not going to even ask you to go to lunch at Divine Cafe, but it's good. And they got a broil there that you will love. So when your schedule kind of ease up,
Okay, beautiful.
ask Kim to do the broil,
Okay.
which is the yam, the cassava, the sweet potato, no meat. But I'm sorry, I can have the split peas soup with some
I
meat
don't
today.
understand.
But you mentioned something that I want him to comment on again.
Go ahead.
How relevant is your education if you can't live? That's what you said, something like that?
Yes, if you die at 45 with a PhD,
Yeah.
or even at 60,
Uh-huh.
because
You
when
said we're supposed to live beyond
yes,
60.
yes, because when I saw what Dr. Higgs was doing, and she was ready to give up, I said, but wait, I mean, she could plan for the other 50 years. And what she might just have to do is just to identify 3 different little plants growing in a yard and start to use it every morning. And start to maybe take 2 little steps, 3 little steps every day, and make sure she exercise for 45 minutes and just be happy. So the most difficult things are really the easiest things, So when we perceive that diabetes is this big mystery, as I was saying before we went into a break, it's a lifestyle disease. So the first thing you do, you adjust the lifestyle. So if you could just change your lifestyle, and instead of doing this, do that, do this, do that, don't do this, that's it. You're ready to go.
I got a call from Andres. Andres is the head of my heart. Got a call from Andres. They want to know about arthritis. This is an elderly lady.
Last night, around
Itis
8 p.m.
just
in an
means
emergency session called,
inflammation, Itis just means inflammation. So when you have arthritis, you're talking about inflammations of the joints. If you have colitis, that's inflammation of your colon. Appendicitis, appendix, gingivitis, your gum. So itis just means that you have inflammation between your joints.
So
What we recommend specifically for that is lots of water. I drink at least 3 liters of water every day. Avoid too much high protein foods like the chicken and the pork and the beef and the luncheon meat and whatever else that you eat, and then you could drink lots of sea moss, what they call Irish moss. It's very good for the cartilage. And also you massage the joints with warm castor oil and cayenne pepper powder. This is excellent. Right? So just warm the castor oil and the cayenne pepper powder. That's excellent for that specifically. But if your friend has arthritis, probably she might be a bit obese, a bit overweight. If you have one finger and you have one hand, that finger here is withstanding the weight of that hand. If I put 2 hands, you have more weight. So definitely the joints here would actually be more compromised. So the more weight you put up on your physical structure, the more you compromise your joints, because the joints are lubricated and it's always moving. So when you eat high protein foods like the dairy products and the dead animals, what in the process of breaking down digestion, you have what you call amino acids being broken down, but you have urea actually being produced, or ammonia that the liver actually converts into urea, and then your bladder filters, your kidneys filters out the urea from the blood into your bladder, then you urinate, right? But in the process of that formation of urine, right, you also have what you call uric acid being formed. Now that uric acid crystallizes, goes between your joints and eats up the joints. You get arthritis. If it's your big toes, you get gout. If it's your kidneys, you get kidney stones. If it's your gallbladder, you get gallbladder stones, just because of that high protein diet. And you could also get high cholesterol diet that causes also the crystallization of the cholesterol in your gallbladder, giving you gallbladder stones. So when it comes to the diet and arthritis, man, you could actually be on aspirin for the rest of your life, or live. And they are called non-steroidal anti-inflammatories that will lead to the formation of ulcers in your stomach, because they stop the production of the mucus that protects the mucus lining. So it's better as a people that we actually love yourself. So if you know that the chicken and the pork and the beef could actually cause your knees to actually pain. What you do when you get off it, do a little kale, blend a little kalalu, start to do things specifically for the upliftment of yourself. So tonight from 7 p.m. till 9 p.m. at the Akefran International Academy, we were supposed...
Where is that located?
It's on Burnett Road. So if you're coming, it's about 15 buildings east of St. Augustine's entrance. So once you hit Sac or Adley Street, those are main key points on Burnett Road. Just continue traveling east on Burnett Road, 15 buildings.
It's on the main Burnett Road.
The corner of Burnett Road and Grant Street. It's immediately across from Mike's Chinese store. So it's a 3-story building. Yep, it's beige, and you'll see the huge sign, Akefran International Academy.
What's the name of the mountain in St. Lucia? You talk Gross something?
Kailash Mountain.
Kailash.
Mountain. Yeah, it's named after me, man. I buy it.
I love you, man.
Yeah, man.
Not only are you intelligent, you have acumen, you got a sense of humor. Yeah.
Yes, brother. So we'll be having a wonderful time tonight from 7 p.m. till 9 p.m. And remember, we only have about 100 books remaining. So for the 300 people that's
someone
coming.
in Andros, again, wants the book. How much is it?
Well, the book is $50. Also, it will be available at Akefran, and also we have the male package and the female package, which are sets of products that will also have available at Akefran. So for the people who specifically, that's a noble thing you're doing there, man.
I want 2 books.
This is a noble thing you're doing there, man.
I want 2 books. That's a Marlin.
My Lord.
That's a noble thing you're doing there, man.
One for my good friend in Andros.
Oh,
And one
my.
for my dear mother.
If I was weak, I would have cried. Yeah, it's touching because you see, as a people, you see, we don't value what we have, and most times you'd find people sitting in your chair because you sit in a very powerful chair, and you're a powerful man. So deservedly, you'd have deserved the copy complimentary, but the fact that you outstretched that, that's a blessed 100. Yeah, man, this is touching to me.
I want to thank you for stopping by. I know you got to go. We have a couple more minutes, but I know your car is waiting, and your attendant is making sure that we leave on time. And so, Dr. Jacinta Higgs, thank you for bringing this to us. And I could see the radiance about you that says, my lifestyle has changed and I'm a better person.
Thank you very much, Darold. It is true. Blessed be God. Blessed be God for the direction. I just became a grandmother.
Yeah?
Yeah, just January
Congratulations.
7th. And I'm so thankful for that. And Priest Kailash would have said to me, Dr. Higgs, because I was saying, I'm not going on the meds. I'm not going to do it because I know what it leads
And
to.
you say meds.
The medication. Let's say, so just so you know, I had to do a reading. And so there are persons out there. For Darold, I felt for almost a year as if a roach or something would crawl over my legs, a little spider or something. So I'm looking down, but there's nothing. And I would be scratching. And then I felt my toes, the 2 smaller toes, becoming numb. I felt the sides of my leg. So I felt all of the signs. And Darold, it was out of
The signs of what?
diabetes. And so my blood sugar level was over 200. And as a result of...
You were eating bad.
That is correct. And living bad, like he said, lifestyle. And Darold, I wouldn't have intentionally done it to me.
No.
I did not know.
Right.
I felt the signs. And so, Darold, I was headed for, again, those pills to help bring it down. And then I prayed. I did not because I'd already seen Mom. And so then when he came, thanks for Priest Blythe, and he brought Priest Kailash to us. And then when he said, no, there are things right in your backyard that can help you. And sure enough, he said, look at the neem. He came by my house. He said, look at the neem tree. And he told me what to do.
In your own yard?
In my yard. In my yard. And Darold, so the blood sugar level has gone down. So he's like 110, 109. He says he wants to get like 90, 95 consistently, And so even in terms of the weight, I've lost over 12 inches in terms of that. So Darold, I'm thankful. There's a new leash in life.
Yeah.
And Darold, we have a resource here to protect. So remember now, I'm political
No.
in my spirit.
Not no more.
Let me strategically. So what am I saying? Don't just teach them to become employees. They must become business entrepreneurs. They must own the resources of the Bahamas.
Right.
So I'm very strategically thinking
we got
that we have to
plenty
be
resources.
and we need to be healthy.
Okay, let me ask last question. My stomach does be paining. And to me, the only thing would ease it is ice cream. But it happened after I go and drink a bunch of bush stuff. I know that's...
What the pain starts after you drink the bush stuff?
No, I drink the bush stuff. I must drink too much. Right?
What
And
bush stuff? What is that? What exactly?
21 gun salute.
Was as a bush hair?
I like it.
Okay.
It's a tonic male tonic.
Oh,
But my stomach been paining. Somebody been telling me Pepto-Bismol. I don't want to take that.
okay. See,
Can you recommend? I know it's anecdotal and you ain't got much information, but
yeah, well, I mean, the first thing to do is be happy, because happiness does ease stomach problems. You know, because your stomach,
Really?
your gastrointestinal system has its own nervous system. That's why they say, oh, you see, when you're about to go and read, or you go in front of a crowd, your stomachs, there's
Yes.
butterflies in your
Yes.
stomach.
Yes.
That's because of your nervous system is aligned within your whole gastrointestinal tract. So if you're stressed, if you're very emotional, people get diarrhea because of that, just because they're nervous. So just relax, right? Also ginger tea, right? So you could do a strong
ginger tea.
Ginger tea is very good for the stomach. Also, you could use a little turmeric. There's a herb called patchouli. I don't know whether you have it there, but the picture is in the book. You know, then you could look at that. But the patchouli is extremely effective for that. And what you do, you actually drink these teas like every 2 hours. So while you're in office right now, you get a stainless steel flask. So you get your look up, you know, and then every 2 hours you just sip your tea. So you allow your stomach lining to actually get that benefit. But it's also good to actually do a test for H. pylori. That's H. pylori bacteria, which is one of the bacteria that actually affects the lining of the stomach and is responsible for the highest cases of stomach cancer. Right? So when your physical structure shows signs of illness, never just take it just like that and then just leave it for a guess, you know.
Yeah.
Go and take a helicopter pylori bacteria
That's
a test, right, to ensure that, right, you are not infected by that particular bacteria that could actually lead to stomach cancer. All right, so when your system speaks to you, listen. Just take a time. Don't be too busy, you know, because some people too busy to poo-poo. You know, and they eat 6 pounds of food every day. And when they
ain't poo-pooing?
they never poo-poo in one. So they're full of something.
Lord, say, Lord, sign this book for me, please.
Daryl, as he signs,
then,
I just want
yeah,
to say, Daryl,
yeah.
that, and this is very important for our listening audience. Originally, we were supposed to be at UB tomorrow. That has been canceled. The presentation is now moved up to tonight. So please forgive us at a Kefren International Academy at 7 p.m. So there's no more UB. We apologize sincerely, but Priest has another engagement in his country that he needs to attend to. So now the presentation is the last and only other one is tonight at a Kefren International Academy. If there are persons out there who heard diabetes, cancer, fibroids, male impotence, arthritis, you name it, please come out tonight for a free lecture. So it's free, Daryl. And you know, that's the thing, again, but it's love for our people. So it's free. It's tonight. Please come out. Please also bring your little change because you want to purchase some of the products that are there. And then also, those persons, there are no more free consultations because Priest is now leaving first thing tomorrow morning. However, we have numbers. When you come out, or you call a Kefren 324-8683, we can give you numbers so that you can, again, through WhatsApp and also long distance call, communicate with him. But he's coming back again end of February.
Thank
God
you,
bless
Dr.
you.
Jacinta
Thank you.
Higgs.
Thank you.
And Right Honorable, give me that line again. How relevant is your education
If you cannot live past 45.
if you cannot live past 45? Wow. Powerful.
Powerful.
That's your original?
Yeah, man.
You ain't get that from...
Well, I must have been in my DNA from some ancestor long time. But I mean, at the end of the day, I grew up with my grandmother. And also in closing, you know, you see our elders. There is a way that we're supposed to deal with our elders that's very lacking in society. We pack them in corners and we put them in homes and these type of things. That's why our society is so plagued. Take for instance, you have a nurse who have given 30 years of her life into nursing. Right, that means that she has the capacity to actually maneuver through all the difficulties that this young nurse who just came at the age of 19, 21 might be going through. So instead of parking that nurse in a corner, why don't attach that nurse to a group of 5, 6 younger people and have her mentor them and teach them how, a retired policeman. right, who've been in the force for over 40 years. You pack him in a corner, right? Have him to contribute in ways whereby they could actually input more ethics, more morals in the jobs and the duties that they actually perform daily. So our elders are remarkable. They're very important resources within our communities, and then we should actually switch our focus into young and active and thing and try to incorporate our elders more into our decisions and our day-to-day living. Give thanks.
Intergenerational transmission of the wisdom. Intergenerational transmission.
Give thanks for the divine love and give thanks for having me. And remember, tonight, 7 p.m. till 9 p.m., if you want to YouTube me, you could actually just search Priest Kailash, Priest Kailash. We have a website also, priestkailash.com. Our books are available on Amazon, and definitely we'll be at the Akefram International Academy on Fox Hill from 7 p.m. till 9 p.m. and we're looking forward to meet you to teach you